Speaking of quarterbacks, Dan, I guess you might have been collateral damage yesterday as you're standing there when Stephen A. said he believed that Alex Smith could have taken this team and done the things that Patrick Mahomes is doing. What were your thoughts when that just sort of fell out?
Well, I accidentally used the phrase "get lost," Stephen A. when he said that, and kind of disrespectfully in a way. But I was just like shocked that he actually said it. And I love Stephen A. and he's obviously great at what he does. But like, I think that for some reason people are just tying some of the success that the Chiefs have had to finding a reason to kind of minimize Patrick Mahomes. Bigger reason for the Chiefs' success, like. I always say this, everything is all tied together. Do I think that other quarterbacks in Kansas City would be putting up really good numbers and playing really good football? Absolutely. Do I think there's any quarterback in the NFL that would be having the success that Patrick Mahomes has had, not only last week and not only the week before, but really since he took over week 1 of last year? No other quarterback would be doing what he's done.
Preach.
And my thing is this. If we're going to claim that he has really good weapons, which I agree with, one, none of those weapons were the first-round draft pick that we all thought coming out of college were going to be bona fide NFL stars. They were all second, third, fourth-round picks that have become good players and in the conversations for some of the better ones at their positions, partly because they're good players and partly because the quarterback thrown to them. And then 2, you better do things as a quarterback if you're going to have those weapons that no one else has done. And that's what Mahomes is doing, like 33 points a game since he's taken over as the starter. That's the most ever in the history of the NFL. The first guy to have 3 games in the playoffs with 3 touchdown passes. That's more than like Russell Wilson's done it, or more than Big Ben has done it, more than Aikman and Steve Young, kind of some of the all-time greats. So like, for me, Patrick Mahomes is doing stuff historically with those weapons. That's why there's a difference between him and all other quarterbacks.
Yeah, I don't think we all agree on that one, that while Alex Smith, we don't want to make it sound like we're denigrating Alex Smith. Right. He's an excellent quarterback and had a great year that year. Pat Mahomes is just a little bit different. All right, Dan, go back to put the helmet on and your quarterbacking days. You are breaking the huddle. Would you rather be breaking the huddle with Travis Kelce or Greg Kittle?
George Kittle.
George Kittle. I'm sorry.
Gosh, that's a great question. I think Kelce strictly because I think Kelce as a route runner is just so unique. He is the best route running tight end in football. And he does it, and he does his statistics without that threat of the run game. Now, Kittle is an incredibly complete tight end and a great blocker, but is, a beneficiary of the explosive play action pass game that they have. And so I think Kittle strictly because Kittle has to do more with his route running to help himself get open when he doesn't have the benefit of the flow by that defense in the play action pass.
Talking to Dan Orlovsky with us on the show, Pennzoil Performance Line, our ESPN football analyst. Keeping it in that vein of the would you rathers, because I think this becomes one of the interesting haves and have-nots going into this and coming off this last weekend. Would you rather go into the Super Bowl with the 49ers front 4 or the Chiefs receiving weapons?
We're doing the either or thing. I like it.
Speaking as a quarterback, I'd rather go in with the 49ers front 4 because it's that dominant. And this 49ers front 4, I've said this, reminds me a lot of playing against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers front 4 or the Chicago Bears front 4. When you watch them on tape and you go, yeah, I know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to rush those 4 guys. It's not this exotic blitz package that I have to be aware of. And you go in super confident, and then you play the game. It's like the meme Instagram versus reality when like you doctor it up and everything looks great on Instagram, and then reality hits and you're like, whoa. That is playing the 49ers defensive front 4. Where, again, you know what they're going to do, and then you have to play against them, and they're so fast, and they get on top of you so quickly that the benefit of having those 4 guys and dropping 7 into coverage, and that is something that all right, when they run their 60 snaps on offense, I know that my 60 snaps of rush or whatever, 35, 40 passes, that rush will be impactful. Now, Mahomes is the kryptonite to the rush because of his ability to scramble and obviously those receivers. But if I had to take one, it would be the reliability of that front four rush.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content plus live streaming, make sure to subscribe to ESPN Player.